You shouldn't drink caffeine because it dehydrates you. Fact or fiction? What do you think? For all you coffee and soda loving vocalists like me, it's time to seriously get vocal. Of all of the things that people say vocalists shouldn't do, avoiding caffeine comes up probably more than anything else. I would be shocked if nobody ever told you to avoid caffeine. The common belief is that caffeine will dehydrate you, making it an instant villain for vocalists everywhere. But here's the thing, it's just not true. So why do people keep saying that then? Well, the belief that caffeine robs your body of water goes all the way back to 1928. Yes, almost 100 years ago. Shortly after we stopped giving heroin to kids for a cold, and just before lobotomies started. 93 years ago, two researchers made the observation that when people consumed caffeinated beverages, their urine output increased, leading to the brilliant conclusion that caffeine is a diuretic, a substance that increases urine production. Now maybe this wasn't considered, but when you drink non-caffeinated beverages, you also urinate more. If you drink a bunch of water over the next few hours, I can predict that you'll spend more time in the bathroom. So water dehydrates you too, I guess. Well, the question really comes down to, does caffeine cause your body to produce more urine than normal? And luckily for us, modern science exists today, with way more checks and balances to make sure that we get all of the facts right. So, study after study after study have looked at the link between caffeine and hydration, and all have come to the same conclusion. Ingestion of caffeine did not adversely affect voice production. There's little evidence to suggest caffeine might hinder hydration status. Advising people to disregard caffeinated beverages is not substantiated by the results of this study. Differences were not identified in any of the acoustic or aerodynamic measures across both groups. My absolute favorite study when it comes to this is from 2014. They took 50 people and compared 3 days of drinking 3 to 6 cups of coffee per day to drinking 3 to 6 cups of water per day in the same person. They took plasma to confirm that everybody was complying. Well, that's intense. So what did they find? No significant differences, and the coffee had similar hydrating qualities to water. This is further confirmed by a 2015 study that looked at 24 hours consuming a combination of water, cola, diet cola, and orange juice, and also came to the conclusion that beverages of varying composition are equally effective in hydrating the body. Like everything that is a myth, there's sometimes this much truth in it. Now, it turns out that there is one specific scenario where caffeine could dehydrate you enough to affect your voice. We go back to the 2014 study. For people who have never consumed caffeine, or what they call my favorite term, the caffeine naive, which also includes those who haven't had any caffeine in over 4 days, suddenly going from zero caffeine to consuming a high amount can produce a diuretic reaction. But for everyone else, not a thing. There are also documented benefits to caffeine in energy and mental focus, so going off of caffeine, especially cold turkey, could have some negative short-term withdrawal effects. Now that leads me to the recommendation that I usually come to. Don't change anything leading up to a performance or an audition. If you don't normally drink them, now is not the time to pound a few Red Bulls before a show. If you've quit caffeine for 4 or more days, just know that a few cups of coffee or a couple of sodas could change your hydration for that day. But if you drink coffee or soda on a regular basis, there's no credible evidence to suggest that it's taking any precious water from your voice. So can we kill this myth once and for all? Share this knowledge with everybody you know, and maybe we can. In the meantime, I'm gonna go make some coffee.